Oh, that's why. I don't know why Kyrandia has decided that it wants to be, like, my entire screen. Anyway. This is what I want. God, this music is so good. Alright, let me get my chat window going. Because this is a game what requires me to use my phone for keeping up with chat. Oh, there's my Twitch app. I can never find it. I don't use it enough to actually, like, know where it is all the time. Oh, come on. There it is. There's my chat. Hey, Two Flower! Hello, hello. Alright. It's always cool when, like, the dev of the game I'm streaming shows up. I'm sure, like, every streamer has that, like, oh my god! moment. And I know, like, you've been, like, pretty consistently in, like, every stream of this game. That, like, every time anybody streams this game, you're there. Which is impressive. It is, yeah, and, like, it's good research and it's good PR and it's just kind of like, it's just good all around. Yeah, that's awesome. It's really cool to see you like taking that hands-on of an approach. I know it's not easy to like devote your time to stuff like that. Okay, so picking up where we left off. Which should be there. Super hard to do. Yeah, like, oh my god, such an effort. But I mean, you know, like, if you're a busy game dev and you're working on your next project, I imagine it's probably hard to find the time. I was gonna say something else and I forget what it was now. Oh yeah, so, Arcade Spirits, is turning 1 year old tomorrow, I believe. Is that correct? And from what I understand, Enna is going to be doing a front page Twitch stream of it on Friday for Valentine's Day, which is awesome. And I will be shrieking about that later in the stream as well to point people in that direction, because that's really cool. So, right, so what have we done so far? We met Naomi, I believe. Is that her name? Did I get her name right? Yeah, Naomi. I'm gonna be embarrassed when I, like, get people's names wrong. Oh, cool! Nice, nice, nice. Merch is always good. Right, so we met Naomi and she gave us her lunch. Because she's just that rad of a person, apparently. So, well, we're taking our first break on our first day, so it's time to eat lunch, I suppose. The room where I had my bizarre job interview will suffice for food times. It's not much, a few folding chairs and a kitchenette, but it'll do. Utterly famished by this point, I have a seat and unpack my lone lunch. Oh god! I like coherent screaming. Let's go with incoherent screaming. With my mind and body screaming wildly, my paralyzed form is unable to move in the vision of terror before me. Oh my god. That's a great emote. The half-person, half-animal waves their appendages in front of me, likely closing in for the kill. Hello? Anyone in there? Waking nightmare. See? Nothing to be afraid of. Right. I see. Looks like you stabilized. I was worried I scared the life out. I was worried I scared the life right out of you.
Hey, sorry if I traumatized you. Really. Can we start over, maybe?
That'd be great. I nod my head slowly, although that could just be muscle spasms from being in shock.
I'm Ashley.
Hi, Ashley. And I'm Papaya.
I'm also Pinky, the Funplex Flamingo. It's my secret, yet not so secret identity.
What the Funplex what now? This is almost too much to take in. Gavin was a bit of a lot. Naomi was off the scale cheerful. I've met some really intense people so far.
Did you sneak into the employee section just to get my autograph?
Sure. Me? No.
Oh, I thought you would recognize Pinky from all the signs around the arcade. Pinky is the mascot of the Funplex after all.
Oh no, that's not what I meant at all. I mean, I work here.
You work here? Since when?
Today? This morning, to be specific.
Oh, awesome! Welcome to the Funplex.
I mean, it would have been way cooler if you were just so enamored with the chibi flamingo creature plastered on every wall that you had to know more.
Let's see.
You could have stealthily maneuvered your way through all the games, sliding right on up to the employee's only door. But how did you get the door code?
Ooh.
Of course! You would have collected the password on a piece of paper that fell from Gavin's pocket. I like this woman. You searched your heart and decided that 4-digit number had to be the intel you needed.
Let's see.
Next, you needed to lie in wait for the opportune moment to punch in that secret key code, just to find me. It just keeps going and going. She's definitely passionate about this fictional scenario. The way she just takes an idea and runs with it, a lot of people might find that weird, but I kinda dig it. Shows a lot of imagination. I wonder if she's a writer or something. And how would you have snuck out, I wonder? I could have helped, but for a price. Ashley finally realizes she's been babbling to herself for a good couple minutes. Oops. Sometimes I get swept up in a good story. I mean, I gotta find some way to make this job more interesting. Is it really that dull here? No, not really. I just crave a different kind of excitement than beeps and boops, screaming children, and broken machines. You aren't really painting the best picture here. Ah, geez, I don't mean to be a downer. I just want to move up in the world. I've got things to accomplish, dreams to fulfill, cosplay to make. Cosplay? As we switch topics, it's like she's a completely different person. Ashley's eyes light up and she smiles. Yeah! You know, like dressing up as your favorite video game or TV character. I love it. It's so empowering to be able to make your own costume and wear it proudly. It's even better when people recognize what character you are. Empowering? Really? It's also weirdly great when nobody recognizes who you are. I once cosplayed Barry the Chopper from Fullmetal Alchemist. This is back when I had long hair. And my hair was actually still brown and not gray. But, a lot of people thought I was Osaka from, I forgot the name of that anime now. Crap. It's the same studio as Lucky Star. I forgot the title of it. Damn it. But basically I was just wearing like a green dress and I had a butcher knife and sandals. And I was Barry the Chopper in his disguise as a woman. And like one person figured out who I was. It was kind of great. Anyway, also I stalked anybody I saw in a State Alchemist uniform, and there were several. Anyway, tangent. Empowering? Really? Granted, she certainly had the power to stop my heart for a few beats.
Yes!
Definitely! You want to try? Got a favorite game character? I can help you make your first cosplay if you want. In fact, I made this one. I think Ashley is pointing to her flamingo costume, but it's a little hard to tell with her hands as feathers. So, Pinky is your creation? Intentionally? Yep, it looks pretty good for my first mascot cosplay, doesn't it? Yeah, I'd probably stitch my hands together if I tried that. I'm all thumbs when it comes to stuff like that. Literally, if I get enough thread running between them. I'm pretty impressed, though. Naomi was going on about craftsmanship of games. Clearly, you're digging on craftsmanship of costumes. Aw, thanks! It's nice when hard work is appreciated. I worry around the Funplex to liven up the crowds, get people pumped to play some games, and the kids seem to adore it. That makes sense. Although the arcade has been completely dead so far. No crowds to pump or kids to be adored by. Hey, secret between you and me? Ashley motions for me to come closer. She leans in, glances around the room once, and then talks in a hushed tone. I did some repairs on Pinky overnight. I had to restitch the left arm, and I was giving her an old test drive to make sure it doesn't fall off. Huh, limbs falling off seems bad. Oh, it was. Yesterday I was dancing with a little girl. Must have been like 5-6 years max. Anyway, we were next to Showtime stage when she tugged on my arm and whoosh! Off came the arm. The girl instantly started bawling. Well, at least you are consistently scaring people, and it's not just me.
Nope.
Hey now! I don't want that to happen again. I felt so bad. But enough about me. What about you? So you're Carl's replacement? I guess so. I'm the new floor attendant. I attend to the floor. The floor is the thing I'm attending to when I'm not going into cardiac arrest. At least you're funnier than Carl, that's for sure. I can't wait to go home and tell Juniper I do have a sense of humor. She'll be so proud. I assume you've already met Francine, but have you had a chance to meet Gavin and Naomi yet? Yeah, I met them already. Although it seems like they aren't too keen on each other. Right? Ashley rolls her eyes and lets out a sigh. I wish they would hurry up and make out already. Yeah. Wait. What? Seriously? So, are they going out? Nope. But they always bicker like an old married couple. It's classic anime cliche. The ones who fight always end up together. Mark my words, Papaya. Consider them marked.
Beep beep.
Beep beep, Papaya! What's that sound? Drat. I set an alarm for when my lunch break was over. Time to go back to the grindstone. I didn't even get a chance to eat.
What? No.
That's no good. Papaya needs her calories. You eat up. I'll go watch the floor. In fact, how about I take over the ticket desk for the next shift? You can do my job and wander the floor a bit. Fair enough. Thanks. Hell yeah. Ashley winks before her face disappears into the dark recesses of that inhuman mask. I was wondering if she was going to ask me to wear the costume. As I'm wolfing down rice in the shape of a little heart, wow, it occurs to me I didn't actually ponder my first impressions of Ashley yet. Let's see. She's pretty amazing. I like her enthusiasm about her art. The way Ashley's whole expression changed when she talks about things she's passionate about just warms my heart. Her beaming energy just lights up the whole room. I wonder if one day I'll be that excited about something. Anyway, with lunch in my belly and break time complete, the second half of my workday began. Rolling into the afternoon, the crowd starts to fill out. School's done and late-rising pros are heading out to their arcades of choice. With Ashley covering the desk, my job is to wander the floor looking for problems. Or potential problems. Or just making sure everything's a-okay. But for starters, it's a good moment to collect my thoughts. I think I'm off to a decent start with my coworkers. Good first impressions at any rate. Cooperation's going to be a must. I've had awful coworkers before, and they can really drag down your day. Hang on, no time for daydreaming. I think I spot, let's see, 3 possible issues to look into. I should have time to get to all of them, but which do I tackle first? I think this is from the demo. I remember this part. Irate customer near Mr. Moopy's Magic Maze, someone cursing up a storm with fist of discomfort, and a loud crowd around Showtime stage. Let's go Moopy's Magic Maze first. My mutant floor attendant senses detect danger from the left-hand side of the arcade. I quickly rush all of 30 feet to the scene of the crime, already in progress. Come on! Angry Grando. Hurry the bleep up and finish your game! You, do you work here? I saw you behind the desk earlier. Note to self, ask Gavin for a name tag or something. Yes, I'm Papaya, floor attendant. Well, stop attending to the carpets and attend to me! I want this bleep to wrap up his damn game so I can play. Ashley's face is obscured beneath her costume's mask, but I can feel her wince as the man curses up a blue streak. Sir, there are children present. Please keep the swearing to a minimum. You kick this fat piece of bleep off this game and I'll sing Mary Had a Little Lamb all you want. Figuring I ought to hear the fat piece of bleep side of the story before rushing to a judgment, I tap the player on the shoulder. And he doesn't even notice my tapping. So I tap again. Twice. Sir, there are other players waiting to give Mr. Moopy's Magic Maze a spin. Curiously, the player looks up at the game's marquee, thank you Naomi, which simply reads, Moopy! You know the game's full name? Sure, I played it a lot when I was a kid. It's actually called Mr. Moopy's Magic Maze, right? Lizards and pellets and monsters and stuff? Yeah. A bit terse as he's laser focused on the game, and I can see why. He's currently sitting on 714,900 points. Holy crap, that's a heck of a high score. Or, as this other guy would have probably put it, holy bleep, that's a bleep of a high score. Excuse me! Right. Sir, can you please wrap up your game? Nope. I believe this guy is supposed to have a British accent, so I'm going to try to do one, and I'm sorry if I don't do it justice. I'm keeping good pace here. Plenty of livestock, on par for getting close to the world record before the kill screen. Somehow the thick arcade jargon sounds classier when heard from his British accent. Like I'm watching some documentary program on the BBC. Yeah, but this is a public arcade. Other folks want to play the games too. He finishes clearing the current board while pondering the predicament. Okay. At first I think he's stepping away to end his game, but he's letting his stock of 50 extra dudes slowly deplete as he pulls out his wallet. Without pause, he pulls out $3,000 in cash and holds it out. Will this cover it? For a moment, I flash back to that movie where some dude pays another dude to sleep with his wife, and they roll around in bed covered in money and, cover what exactly? The cost of the game. The game itself. I have never seen this much raw cash in one place at any given time. It's not even in 20s, dude's rolling in Benjamins. One moment, please. On it! Fortunately, Iris already has my messenger app open for me, with Gavin's contact info preloaded. With trembling fingers, I key in, Customer wants to buy movie for $3K, what do? In less than a minute, I have my response. Considering we paid $200 for it plus parts, yes, absolutely yes. Sell that relic immediately. Well, okay then. Although, how's Naomi gonna react to this? Offloading one of her darlings just because Gavin wants to make a 15-fold profit? It also feels kind of weird to be taking advantage of this guy's lack of a grasp on the real cost of old arcade machines. I knew all this workplace drama was going to catch up to me at some point, but with this rando breathing down my neck, I gotta make a decision. Yeah, I'm not comfortable making that decision. Let's say the game was $200, but I'm not sure we should sell. It's an older game and actually only cost us about $200, but, well, it's a part of the arcade, sir. I expect this apparent gazillionaire to protest at not getting his way. Oh, gazillionaire. Feels weird to be correcting the spelling on a made-up word, but it's spelled wrong. It's missing an I there. This is the problem with a dev watching me stream this game. I'm going to nitpick all the text errors. But he's smiling. You're right. This is Mr. Moopy's home after all. Let's compromise. Good. I'll pay you $1,000 American and own the game, but you keep it here. And in return, I get to play as long as I want, provided nobody's already playing. That way I can keep chasing the score, but your arcade stays whole. I'd hate to break up a loving family. Naomi will be relieved to hear that. Even if Gavin may flame me for passing up $2 grand. Good. I'd hate to make Naomi cry. How could I live with myself? Which leaves the rando hopping mad. To be fair, we have been kinda ignoring that he exists. What the bleep, man? What kind of an arcade is this, anyway? Bleep this! I'm going to Deco's Palace. Good riddance! Don't let the door hit you on the ass on the way out. And we just lost a customer, stomping his way out the door. Stomp, stomp, stomp. On the plus side, Naomi won't cry. On the negative side, I just drove a rando out into the cold.
What a disagreeable fellow.
As for the player, well, he goes right back to playing. Eating pellets, zapping ghost monsters, clearing mazes. With the crisis behind us, I can actually focus on who this gonzo rich guy actually is. He seems to care about more than just his game. Take it from someone wallowing around in the lower tax brackets. The rich can do whatever they want, whenever they want. And yet, that's not what this guy did. He could have, but he let us keep the game. He just wanted to play, that's all. And why? Because of Naomi. Because of the Funplex. It's a home and a family for the games and for us. Maybe it's for the best I sent that rando out the door in favor of this guy. So, you know Naomi? He's happy to talk, even while playing.
Of course. I'm a Funplex regular. My name's Percy. I'd hazard you're our new floor attendant? I was here when Francine seated you behind the desk earlier.
That's me, Papaya Chemist, Arcade Wrangler.
Well then, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, and I look forward to getting to know you better.
So, you've seriously just been playing Moopy all day, huh?
What can I say? It's my calling. I actually owned a Moopy cabinet once. Had it in my flat. But playing it by myself, all alone in the dark, it's not the same. I need the atmosphere.
The beeps and boops?
No, those you eventually learn to filter out.
Done!
I mean, everything. The games, the lights, the kids, the feeling of being in an arcade. I score my best when I'm in real-world conditions. It's all about the emotions, the laughter and the tears, the excitement of competition. I need that swirling chaos of human emotions around me to play at my finest.
Naomi gets that. She keeps Moopy in top condition for the day I eventually land my high score. And what's the current world record then? About 3.5 million. This guy has been standing here since I was working the morning shift. Hours and hours. And he's still only about 720k into his game. Can't imagine him being anything but top health condition to try this. Guy's gotta have legs made out of carbon fiber and a bladder of tungsten. I just let a few extra lives drain out whenever I need to go pee. Also, he may be psychic. I feel like I should let him get back to his game, but burning questions. They burn like fire. Please, whenever I need to have a wee. Let's see. You must have a solid job. Good income. If you don't mind me commenting on it, that's a lot of money just to have on your person. What do you do for a living? This and that. He doesn't really seem to care to talk about his work. Not in a guarded way, it's just less interesting than his current maze. Maybe he's actually the head of an international diamond smuggling ring. They hide the stones inside arcade games. Day trading. Huh? Day trading. Stocks and bonds. Anybody can do it if they have a head for the numbers. It's really nothing important. Or maybe he's a day trader.
Don't think so.
I don't feel people are defined by their work. I know the arcade is home to those who made their passion into their work, but it's the passion that matters more. I've my passions the same as anyone. I look forward to learning yours as well. When I'm not deep in the middle of a game, I mean. He's getting more and more distracted by the game. I should leave him be. I have to do a thing about a thing. Be seeing you, Ms. Chemist. Yet another weird encounter in a string of weird encounters. By the end, he sounded more like the high-score junkies you hear about in documentaries. Obsessed, driven, kind of strange. But that's not the impression I had of him from the beginning. He smiled when talking about not splitting up the arcade. There's something more going on here. But, well, he's a Funplex regular. There'll be plenty of time to learn more later. I've got work to do. Let's see what to handle next. Alright, so these two characters, just based on the demo alone, are my two favorites, and I'm finding, and it's hard, It's hard to pick between them, but I'm gonna save the best for last and go with the second best first. A loud crowd around Showtime stage. In the distance, I see a number of people gathering, which is surprising since the first half of my shift was complete and utter solitude. Don't get me wrong, I'm happy to see that people do come to the arcade, but that's quite the crowd that's assembling. This has to be against some fire code or safety protocol or something, right? Speaking as a citizen that enjoys living, having an escape route in case of emergency is necessary. Time to clear the way and pave my own path of safety. As I approach, I see flashing neon lights accompanied by upbeat Europop drifts. It's an auditory flashback right to 1980X. Or 80 bleep. I can't help but nod my head to the beat. A pulsating mass of people have surrounded Showtime stage, cheering on the current player. The game itself takes up a whole corner of the arcade, requiring a fair amount of space to actually play. Showtime stage is an ultra-modern arcade smash hit. It uses motion tracking sensors hidden behind the colored spotlights to check dance pose accuracy and score your sweet moves. It's pure dance fever. Can you catch the fever, Papaya? I had my dance fever shots at the doctor's office earlier this season. So it's kind of like a cross between DDR and Dance Maniacs and Just Dance, I think. As the dance ends, one of the players hops down from the stage and immediately starts talking to a young man leaning up against the back wall. Did you see that, Teo? I got my first double A on Stop the Beat.
Hell yeah!
Yeah, I did. You're doing great. Remember last month you couldn't even pass that song? Totes impressive. I'm gonna keep practicing, and one day maybe even surpass you. Hey, I hope you do. And when you do, you can be the one who brings in new dancers and teaches them how to play. Teo is awesome, I love him. As the next song starts, my eyes shift from their conversation to observe the gyrations and intricate limb movements coming from Showtime stage. I feel my head bobbing and my foot tapping. Hey, it's a really catchy song. Can you blame me? I'm getting really into it when I feel a hand on my shoulder.
Care to dance?
Ooh, how about you? Want to take the spotlight? Yes. Sure, I can learn as I go. Let's dance. Back when I was stomping around on Dance Mat games as a kid, they had arrows. DDR. I'm not sure I'd even know how to play this one, but it has caught my curiosity. I used to be a big DDR player. I was never, like, tournament level, but I loved it, and I did it, like, there was a time, back when I was in, like, high school, college, where I would, like, go at least once a week and blow, like, $10, like, a week just on DDR alone. And now it's harder to find DDR machines at arcades these days, unfortunately. The one when I was living in Mountain View, the only one I could get to was inside of a movie theater, and you had to pay to get into the movie theater, so it was like not worth it. But I'm actually closer to the arcade that I used to go to now, so I could theoretically start doing it again. I miss DDR. Pretty out of practice. From the previous observed conversation, this guy seems to know the ins and outs of this weird dancing game, and is keen to teach. Before I commit to getting down with my bad self, I think I should know a little more about exactly what that entails. Plus, I'm used to playing these games solo, less chance on stomping on someone else's foot that way. 'Tis a valid point. However, how could I resist to ask a gal such as yourself? You caught my eye the moment you walked over. Ooh, flirty.
Hey, wait. You're new here, right?
Yes, very.
Name's Mateo, but everyone here just calls me Teo.
Look at that grin. He's adorable. Teo's the best! Dancing rando. Boogie woogie rando. Greatest guy here. Wallflower rando. He's sort of like our leader, yeah? He kind of, yes, kind of same Epic Link, but like, he's so cool. Yeah, I'd be like, oh, he's way out of my league. He's never gonna, like, talk to me at all. I would never go anywhere near him.
Oh, please, I'm nothing, really.
He looks directly into my eyes.
Nothing as special as you.
Alright. Back off a little.
I just like to show newbies the ropes and teach them how to play. Our community is small, but we're all super close. I think you'd be a perfect addition to our gang.
Turning on the recruitment.
So, what do you say? Play our silly dancing game?
Teo outstretches his arm to me, waiting for my hand to grab his. Yes! Do it! I couldn't care less that I'm supposed to be working. As a kid, I remember stomping around on dance mats. Why not try out 20 Bleep Bleep's hottest dance game? Gang, yeah. Spoiler alert, it's an actual gang. Oh shit. Even if I technically don't know how to play it yet. Without thought, I take his hand. Let's do this! As I'm about to step up to the stage, an ominous shiver crawls down my spine. I glance over and spot Ashley standing behind the ticket counter. I know I can't see her face behind the mask, but I can totally sense she's glaring daggers my way. It's creeping me out. On second thought, I'm actually supposed to be working right now. I'm the new floor attendant, Papaya. Really? But I haven't seen you around here at all. What happened to the other guy? He was actually pretty good at Showtime stage now that I think about it. He's out, I'm in. It's currently year 0 of the floor attendant Papaya regime.
Hello there.
Well, it's an honor to meet you, Papaya. I hope we get to know each other well. Me too. Indeed. For someone that loves Showtime stage as much as you do, I haven't actually seen you play yet. True, most of the time during these meetups I tend to let everyone else play. I go around and make sure everyone is happy and having a blast. But what about you and your feelings? Teo shrugs. My happiness comes from making other people happy. That's all I need in life. Which is all well and good, but I still need to deal with this crowd. How best to handle it? What should I do with this one? I'm gonna go with the neutral, the boring option. Can you disperse your fans for me, please? Look, this is great and all, but can you thin out your crowd a little for me? Fire codes, emergency exits, you know, that sort of thing.
Sheesh.
Come on, it's not that bad. I've seen hotter crowds most weekends around this game. Rules are rules. Yeah, you're right. The least I can do is be accommodating. Luckily, the song that was being played just finished. Teo jumps up on the stage and cups his hands over his mouth. Hey, listen! We need to keep the area to the left of the stage clear. Aw, man, but why? I like my spot. Hey now, you know the deal. We all have to be cool about fire safety. It's Papaya's first day, so let's show her some respect. I see everyone turn around and glare at me. Great, now I'm gonna be known as the party pooper. I guess I've had worse reputations in my lifetime. Yes, I do want to hear something that will make me go, what? Do tell. Screw fire safety. Like that one time I had to close the pool because of that dirty bandage floating in the water. No one talked to me for a week. Hey, don't disappoint me, crew. Papaya's just doing her job. Reluctantly, the crowd reshuffles itself in a semi-orderly fashion. As everyone settles into a safer way of watching the game, Teo jumps down and comes back to me. Better? I nod, genuinely impressed with how Teo can capture his community's attention, and listen to him and have the utmost respect for him. You know someone's boyfriend is named TJ. Not short for anything, his name is literally TJ. That's pretty great. That does make me go, what? What? Yeah, actually, much better.
Didn't mean to cause any trouble. Sometimes we just get so caught up in the game, you know? Of course you know.
It's his last name Hooker. I hope not.
Hey, you should still join us later. Maybe when your shift's over. We'll all be here dancing until closing time.
As long as that dancing is within the law, carry on. Officer Papaya has spoken. I start to walk away ready for my next venture when I remember something I should do. I turn back to Teo. Hey, thanks.
No problem.
Well, I feel nice and accomplished. It's okay, Two Flower. I understood that reference. Because I too am an old person. I was able to uphold the safety of the arcade and make a new friend. I say that's pretty good for my first day. Even Gavin's gotta be impressed, right? With that business sorted out, it's time to leave Showtime stage. Let's see, what to handle next. Cursing up a storm with Fist of Discomfort. Best character in the game coming up. At least, best character that I'm aware of in the game. There's a lot of shouting coming from the center of the arcade where Fist of Discomfort is being played. I remember Iris telling me all about it earlier today while I was bored to death at the ticket desk. Fist of Discomfort, or FOD, is one of the most popular games in the esports circuit. It's been a staple of the scene for over 6 years. One year, Team Wicked Prodigies took on the Unreal and came back to win in the dying seconds of a tiebreaker match to take home a record $5 million prize pot. Are these team names references to anything? How did you come up with these names? I'm curious. That's a lot of moolah. And how? Okay, so how does it work? It's a hybrid of real-time strategy and button mash brawling. Fight your way down the top and bottom lanes, clearing waves of ninjas to finally topple the enemy dojo. Evil geniuses in Team Liquid. Oh, okay. I'm not really up on my esports scene, so I'm probably gonna miss some references here. But that's the action part. The strategy part involves using special abilities, purchased items, and ninja summons. FOD is sheer elegance in its simplicity, the way that different game systems interweave to form one masterpiece of esports perfection. So, summon good ninjas, punch bad ninjas, smash dojo. I'd say boiling down a rich game of action and strategy playing the world over by top gamers in such a way is a bit degrading, but sure, okay. All of which is super interesting and stuff, but right now, all I care about is dealing with a loudmouth currently playing the game. The closer I get, the louder the yelling gets. Most of these are words that...
What
there, there she is. What in the actual bleep was that? No, those are definitely all words my mother would disapprove of. You've got to be bleeping me. There is no bleeping way that is even plausible. Those hitboxes don't even bleeping connect. Bleep this game. Bleep it all night long. Ha ha ha. Get wrecked. Rando Calrissian. Oh, this is far from over, scrub. I've saved up a little something extra special for you. I've been baiting you into attacking my sensei, which you fell for. Hard. Oh, hey. Did I forget to mention that I bought an extra Ultimate Technique scroll for my dojo? Whoops, my bee. Wait, what? You haven't been farming. How could... XP share technique with creep waves. Take this! 5-fold bleepy explosive death claw technique! What? How did you defeat me? No!
Oh, GG.
Fodder. Oh, she's got a Ojo-sama laugh. See, this is one reason why she's the best.
No one can defeat me, Queen Bee.
Yeah. My dry eyes painfully blinking makes me realize I've been standing here watching intently during that whole exchange. I'm not 100% sure what just happened, but that didn't matter. I was completely sucked in. Couldn't tear my eyes away. It was like watching a train wreck. I mean, if the train was the arcade game and the wreck was that guy's face.
Hey, kid. What
What
are
do
you
you-
staring at? Never seen a champion of my caliber before?
Oh, Seeing as I don't even know how to begin to start to even consider how to respond to her question, I opt to take a moment and collect my thoughts. From what I've somehow gathered, she goes by Queen Bee. That jacket she's wearing identifies her as a member of L7 Gaming, an arcade esports team. And she's the most direct, fierce person I've met all day. That's saying a lot, considering who I've run into so far. With that level of excitement always gushing out, I can only imagine how much enjoyment she gets out of life. What can I say? People love winning, and it seems like she wins a lot. At least between bursts of... what did Iris call it? Saltiness?
Hey, don't just stand there all weird and quiet like. It's creepy.
Sorry. Squooching around in my chair. She snaps her fingers to grab my attention.
So, are you gonna quarter up or not? Think you can best the hottest rising star of L7?
From what I've seen, I know I couldn't best a scrub, let alone a professionally competitive player of this game. Nope. No thank you. Plus, I'm not sure I'm allowed to play games while I'm working.
You work here?
I'm actually pretending to work here. Shh. Oh, it's all just a front. I wander on the floor to, you know, pick up drop tickets in hopes of getting one of those giant stuffed flamingos behind the prize counter. I know, right? If I was as good as those ticket games as I am at FOD, I'd have like a flock of giant pink flamingos. Maybe I'd even give you one. Maybe.
Hey, they haven't given you a name tag yet. How am I supposed to know who you are?
I think that was actually a weird tactic to have me introduce myself to her. I'm Papaya. I did technically just start working here 6 hours ago. It might take them time to issue me a name tag. Maybe they need to send a carrier pigeon to an ancient monastery where name tags are forged in a vast clay oven. Nah, Gavin's just slacking big time. I'll talk to that silly boy for you. Make sure you get some proper respect. Thanks? No problem. We gamers gotta stick together.
I'm Queen Bee, by the way. Agro-style FOD lane pusher specialist for L7 Gaming.
I figured that when you put your arms over your head, cheered and shouted, "No one can defeat me, Queen Bee."
Hey, I do not sound like that. Well,
Look at that face.
maybe a little.
Anyway, I'm one of the regulars around here, besides Purpur and Teo. So you'll be seeing a lot of me in the future. Excellent. Let's hope you last longer than the last guy. Oh great, I should be making my job into a competition. I hope there isn't a betting pool, too. You look like a smart kid. You've seen one of my many streams on the internet, right? Nope. I literally have no idea what you were talking about.
Whoa.
Really? Have you been living under a rock for the past decade? If you consider a small yet formidable apartment a rock, then yes. Oh, you sweet child. You are so innocent and pure. Come, let me show you the path to darkness that is the internet. Yes. Sure, I'd like to learn more. Well, it is part of my job to know all about the games here. And if Queen Bee is going to give me some insight on the culture around this game, I should take advantage of that. Lead me farther in the dark abyss, my mistress.
Yeah.
Aw, yeah. Queen Bee grabs my arm and pulls me closer to the Fist of Discomfort cabinet. And upon further inspection, I see the whole haphazard pile of tech she's rigged up. You can't just plug one of these cabs into the internet, so I use a number of clip-on webcams and mics and stuff. That webcam there, it broadcasts my own personal PC back home, which then streams matches live to all my fans. The chat room appears on my phone. Cost of it to put everything all together, but it takes like half an hour to rig up and test each morning. But after doing this here for a couple of years, it's easy peasy. Aside from Naomi grinding her teeth on my clip-on cameras damaging the paint job, I mean. Anyway, I prefer to stream from the Funplex than from home. There is so much to miss out on sitting by your lonesome with the console version of FOD. The crowds, the wicked trash talk, the community. Wait, are you broadcasting live right now? Are we live right now?
Nope. No way.
Bleep no. That was part of my warm-up matches. I've got a pretty big tournament coming up, so I try to get as much practice in as possible. Even if it is with a bunch of fodder. As in FOD, as in, you know, chum. Lunch meat. Scrubs. Losers. I got the idea, yes. Queen Bee sees something out of the corner of her eye and glances around the arcade floor. She gives a nod to someone hanging near the Street Fighter cabinet. My crew is starting to trickle in. We should be starting team practice soon. Wait, what time is it? At the tone, the time will be 2:25 p.m. Eastern.
Beep beep.
What the?
Bleep! I gotta go live in 5 minutes! Listen, kid, it's been swell. We'll chat later, right? Sure. One thing. Can you keep the swearing down at least a little? We've got kids around here, and I don't want you to get in trouble with Gavin. Him? Nah. But for you, I'll give it to a PG-13 rating. Now, if you'll excuse me, there are some butts out there that I need to kick.
Later.
And with a wave and a twirl, she completely abandons me and returns to her Fist of Discomfort game. Queen Bee fires up her broadcast rig and the shouting and milder swearing start up again. I should probably get out of here before I accidentally end up on the stream. Passion seems to run deep in this arcade. Everybody's spirit burning with passion for, well, various things, but hey, passion's passion. She seems to like me, which will make my job easier in the long run. There's a huge FOD community in this arcade despite being a tiny strip mall joint. Good to know. The arcade is now at peace. My work here is done. Well, actually we're a few hours from closing time, so my work here isn't quite done. But, you know. I'm so at peace in the fact that I don't even notice the underboss of the arcade sliding on up behind me.
Good day.
Not a bad first day so far. I've been keeping tabs on you. Well, others have been, and they've been texting me. You know, you should consider getting a proper group chat app going. I've got a crappy phone plan. My texts aren't free. A valid point. I'll look into that.
Impressive.
I'm impressed with how you handle yourself. I think you're going to work out just fine. Anyway, I've prepared your paperwork if you'd like to go sign it and make this working relationship a bit more above board.
Yeah.
So you're staying? Please tell me you're staying. I mean, I fed you and everything. Francine hasn't fired her yet, right? Yeah. An adorable nightmare joins the impromptu staff gathering. You know, I think this mascot costume would be perfectly fine if it wasn't for the fact that the eyes are, like, in the neck. That's the weird part. It should be in the mouth or something. But that would be difficult to get across in like, static sprites. And this only adds to the idea that it's just goddamn terrifying. So, no complaints really.
Ooh.
An adorable nightmare. Wait, was that? Yeah, an adorable nightmare joins the impromptu staff gathering. Papaya's off to a great start. Here's to your first day, followed by many more. Don't you two have jobs to attend to? Just ordered a replacement power supply for Robotron. Nothing left to do for the day. Not many kids around for me to entertain. Finally, a quiet moment. My dream job has been going a mile a minute since I got here. Is it my dream job? I told Francine I was looking for hope. I've been so used to life dumping all over me that I've come to expect the worst generally. And yet, I can't say the Funplex has dumped on me. It's been hectic at times, a little too much, but not really in a bad way. I'm starting to get along with my coworkers and helping people with their problems. Maybe I'm finding the hope I was looking for after all. We've only got a few hours till closing and it's nice and quiet. How about we game a bit? Speak for yourself. I've still got paperwork to handle. Oh, come on. Don't act like you don't game. Irrelevant. I know your dirty little secret. What? Naomi, you sneak in early each morning to play pinball. You're a pinball wizard. Well, what of it? I bring order to chaos. Pinball is the very expression of that art form. You know what we should do? Impromptu pinball tourney! The girls are giggling and I'm finding myself smiling right alongside them. All in all, not a bad way to end my first day. Watch as Gavin just proceeds to rinse the floor with all of us.
By the way, I've booked a birthday party for this afternoon.
The looks of confusion and outright terror on their faces, all laughter dying off immediately, are vaguely concerning to me.
Sorry, I meant to tell you, dears, but I plumb forgot.
Birthday party. How old are the kids, may I ask? It's her 5th birthday. Oh, to be young again. 5-year-olds. Naomi starts pulling at her hair, eyes wide and trembling. Throwing ski balls overhead into the glass. Jumping up and down on pinball machines. Putting chewing gum into coin slots. Oh, this is also from the demo. Pulling up my costume, tearing off pieces of it. Naomi, Ashley, keep it together. We've survived kids' birthday parties before. That should be S apostrophe. Doom! The end is nigh!
I'd hate to get in the way of all the fun. Yep, it's time for my afternoon nap anyway.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I assume there's more, obviously, since this is the full game.
Have fun, dears.
Right. Battle stations, everyone. I'll take ticket desk so I can oversee operations. Ashley, greet the kids. Naomi, watch for hardware damage. Papaya, roaming duty. Look for trouble. Do what you can. Prepare yourselves. They're coming. Like an oncoming tidal wave, the rumble is felt before it is seen. The rumble is felt before it is seen. Parents pulling into the parking lot, minivans disgorging kindergartners, and suddenly... There should be an E there. Children! An explosion of small humans rushes the doors, bursting into the arcade before scattering every which way. Even before any of them can get tokens, they're grabbing at joysticks, mashing buttons, eager to get their game on or even just pretend to be playing. The crew assumes battle stations, Naomi by the fragile pinball machines, Ashley near the door, trying to distract the incoming kids to greet them. Gavin, armed with pre-stacked $10 rolls of tokens, quickly exchanges them with the adults, beats waiting in line at the change machines. As for the pro gamers, well, Queen Bee and Teo's friends bolt for the exit, abandoning them, keen on getting out ahead of the surge of kiddies, I guess. That's all very well and good, but I've got no idea where I'm supposed to be. Roaming duty, Gavin said. Look for trouble, Gavin said. I mean, I was doing that before, but now the chaos is multiplied. For a few minutes I'm like a pinball, being bounced around, or like that frog trying to cross a highway of traffic. Eventually, I spot 3 possible problems on the rise, and Papaya, professional floor attendant, is ready to attend to them. Which one of these should I tackle first, though? I may not be able to deal with all of them in time. Let's see. Right, I know I did this in the demo, and I think I did this as well. Okay, so I still want to do this, because Teo and Queen Bee are my favorites. So that one first. And then I think I'll prioritize this one, because I haven't done it before. The sounds of hardship called to me from the Fast Cars 5 racing games. Shouting adults and crying children are never particularly good signs, and I hope beyond hope that I can take this on. I shake the discomfort off. Now's not the time to doubt myself. I need to find out what's going on and stat. As I get closer to the revving of engines and the clacking of shifting gears, I see a grown woman berate a cowering boy.
I didn't.
Admit it. I know what you did, you brat. You manipulated my precious son to put his tokens in your game. You should be ashamed of yourself. She looks kind of like, Jessie from Pokemon. With shorter hair. I'm sorry! Children like you are the absolute worst. Garbage. You are the absolute worst kind of adult. Ma'am, keep your voice down. There's no need to shout at a child, no less. What's going on here? This jerk of a boy told my sweetest beyond sweet Josh that he should put in his own tokens into the racing machine so he could play it for free. Josh earned those tokens from his own allowance, and I won't let some devil child steal his money. Let's just take a moment to calm down, okay? Before I say anything else, I spot Queen Bee and Teo out of the corner of my eye. Queen Bee looks infuriated, and Teo has buried his face in his hand. Actually, now that I stop and think about it, they might have some insight. The racing games are right next to Showtime's stage. Teo probably had a good vantage point of the whole thing as he was dancing on stage. And just by the way Queen Bee's brows are furrowed, I can tell something is not sitting right with her. I could ask one of them for their help, or I could try to solve this one by myself. Help me, Queen! Your Majesty! Since Queen Bee has been consumed by rage, I bet she knows what's really going on here. I wave her over to join us. I attempt to reach out to her for guidance. Ma'am, I know you're upset right now, but I think that... That lady is a bleeping no good piece of bleep! Nope, not helping. This is, in fact, the furthest away from helping I could ever envision. The kid runs away to avoid the loud people as I try my best to defuse the situation. That boy did nothing wrong. Nothing. Excuse me? part, how dare you? There is no way I'm getting a word in between these two. I sighed and resigned myself to watching it play out. How dare I? How bleeping dare you for yelling at that kid? I don't care if he did what you claim or not. You've got no right to traumatize him over it. He's a thief and he'll grow up to be a no-good criminal. That still doesn't bleeping matter. Do you honestly think, like, take a single bleeping second of your life and really think that shouting at a child is an effective way to handle this? Ugh, you can't tell me how I should act. Who do you think you are? I am the nemesis of evildoers, righter of wrongs, the rising star of L7 Gaming. Queen Bee poses in her trademark pose.
No one can defeat me, Queen Bee.
I am the one and only Queen Bee. And in the name of the Funplex, I'll punish you. Oh god, now I want Queen Bee to do the whole Sailor Moon thing. Please, please, transformation sequence. Although she's already in her magical girl uniform, basically. Well, I've never, in all my years, you're far worse than that impudent child. Josh, we are leaving this horrible arcade. Right now. Well, that's one way to handle that. The woman scoops up her child and storms out the front door. I don't think we'll see her or her son anymore, and frankly, I'm okay with that. Once they are gone, Queen Bee turns her attention back to me. I guess Taya would have been the more, diplomatic approach. Oh well.
Come on!
Ugh, people like that really bleep me off. My blood's still boiling.
Oh, hey.
Oh, and hey, thanks for the backup. You're welcome? I really didn't do much of anything. Yeah, well, I know you had my back, kid. I can sense that you're like me. I can't stand to see people get screamed at. So I scream at them in turn. It sucks, you know? Queen Bee's whole aura changed from her normal upbeat snark to being completely down in the dumps. This is a side of her I haven't seen yet. She just looks so sad. Queen Bee, are you doing okay? I know it's really none of my business, but I feel I should ask about this. Looks like the incident hit her hard. Hey, Snow Crane! Hey, everything alright? It's okay, you can tell me. She pauses for a second before her normal smile creeps back on her lips. Seriously, I'll be fine. I just don't like seeing adults treat kids like their future's nothing. Like they'd be worthless stains on society. I had a lot of people tell me I could never be a professional gamer, that I should quit daydreaming. And I say, bleep those people! Don't let anyone tell you who you are!
Hey, thanks.
But hey, thanks for asking. I appreciate it, kid. Okay, show's over. You should go check on that boy. The boy! I totally forgot. You're right. I always am. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to try to squeeze in a few more matches before quitting time.
Later.
I'm out, kid. Queen Bee takes one more moment to triangulate the safest path back to Fist of Discomfort through a sea of children. After poking around a bit, I managed to find the kid, still shaken up from the whole ordeal. Hey, sorry about all that. Are you gonna be okay? I think so. I swear I didn't do anything. Didn't? The other kid, he just came up out of nowhere and dropped his token in my slot. After I lost, I got off the game and offered it to him. He just ran away. And then that woman approached you and started yelling. The boy nods, wiping his snotty nose on his shirt. Uh-huh. Well, if it's any consolation, the bad lady is gone, and I don't think she's going to ever come back. Especially after the way Queen Bee burned her. The boy, cheeks still streaked with tears, lets a smile spread on his face.
Thank you.
And tell the other lady thanks for sticking up for me too. I nod and the boy scurries off and rejoins some of his other friends. Right, that's that sorted out. But the other two situations are about to spin out of control. I've only got time to deal with one of them. Which one? Actually, now I don't remember. Did I do this one or did I do that one? Let's do this one, like I said I was going to do. Besides, I'm thinking, I don't know... I kind of want to do, like, all of the... I want to try to, like, do all of the romance routes in this stream long play. So I'm sure I'll have plenty of time to explore all the options. I can smell disaster on the wind, and it smells sweet. As in, I can smell that box of birthday cupcakes one of the parents left near the ticket desk, with kids swarming around it, scavenging for their favorite icing colors. At first, my inner child is merely offended that someone thought one of those icing blob cupcake cakes was superior to actual birthday cake. But there are clearly larger issues at stake than that.
I want a chocolate. Don't take all the chocolate.
I want 2 cupcakes. Give me 2 cupcakes.
No fair. Everybody gets one, and mine's gotta be chocolate.
Of course, the kid at the front grabs the last one.
Finders keepers, losers weepers.
Oops. The parents aren't paying attention. They're too busy complaining about their jobs and the weather and the PTA and stuff. Meaning, when the first cupcake is thrown, nobody's there to stop it.
Ah! Stop it! Stop it!
I want chocolate.
As blobby wads of icing and sponge cake go flying, I glance over to the coin-op games which are about to get caught in the crossfire. Naomi, who's busy trying to unjam a joystick one of the kids waggled too hard, looks up to see the cupcake onslaught coming her way. As does Ashley, whose fuzzy costume is a nice and inviting target for flying confectionery. Act fast, Papaya! I'm pretty sure if I try to save them both, I'm gonna get nowhere. Yeah, right. Let's go after Ashley. Quickly, I hurl myself into the action. Get down, Miss Ashley! Numbness sets in as multiple rounds of frosting-coated mortar fire impact against my body. When I finally hit the ground, my clothes are totally ruined. Go on without me! But alas, my noble self-sacrifice could not save them both. No! The game! The joust she was working on with me this morning got its controls splattered with icing, including sugary slime dumped right into the exposed joystick she was fixing. But Ashley's at my side in an instant. Papaya! No! Damn you, unjust universe! Ashley, it's so cold. Lie still, Papaya! I won't let you die on me! This is why I went after Ashley. Because I love the way her brain works. Officer down! Code 187! I'm not dying. The icing's just kind of cold and sticky and gross. Oh, well, that's okay then. By this point, the lackadaisical parents have finally noticed the pastry wars and are busy rounding up the combatants for various scoldings. Meanwhile, Naomi's near tears as she affixes an out-of-order sign to the screen with sticky tape. It feels like putting a death shroud over it.
Aww.
Oh man, I just fixed this game! And I've got icing in my hair and in my work apron and... oh. Back to the workshop, I guess. Wouldn't want to plug it back in like this. There might be an electrical short. Sorry. My body's not really wide enough to cover both of you properly. I don't think your job contract covers cupcake defense, so you did more than you had to. I don't blame you. Now, where's that dolly? Figuring it's the least I can do, I quickly help her move the game to the back room. Naomi follows to get cracking on repairs. Wow, they really got you good, didn't they?
What if?
Oh hey, I wonder if you have superpowers now. What? Well, most superheroes have some tragic accident in their backstory, one which gives them abilities beyond that of mortal man.
Let's see.
Young Papaya chemist, a shiftless and directionless 20-something, cut down in her prime by cupcake onslaught. Wakes up the next day with the strength and speed of a cupcake! Wait, no, that doesn't work. No, instead, she can summon cupcakes to do her bidding. Together with an army of sugary delights, they fight crime! Coming this fall from Marvel Studios. What do you think? I love it. If I was going to be a superhero, I want baked goods related abilities. I like it. Greenlight it and have Zack Snyder direct. Get Zack Snyder to direct and have Chris Pratt and Naomi Watts star. With Gilbert Gottfried as copy the talking cupcake. You sure your true calling isn't movie production? I'll have my people call your people and they'll all do lunch. But seriously.
Thank you.
Thanks. You didn't have to take that mess for me, but you did. And I really appreciate it. I'll cover the floor of the lecture while you go change, okay? We'll talk later. No problem. Be seeing you. With a brief nod from Gavin, I snatched one of the official Funplex t-shirts to replace my cupcaked top. After a few minutes in the bathroom to change and wipe icing off my pants, I'm ready to go again. 2 problems in the can. Now to deal with that crying kid with the skee-ball machines. Oh, she's gone. Well, crap. Percy looks up briefly from clearing level 78 at Whoopee. Looking for that girl? I think her parents took her home. Potty turned sour for her, I suppose. Drat, that wasn't fast enough. You can't be everywhere at once, Papaya. Cheer up, love. You're still doing better than the last guy who stood at your post. Seconded. I saw you deal with that obnoxious parent and with the cupcake war. You did well today. Seeing Gavin actually smiling is weird, but I'm not going to say no to praise from my sub-boss. Things seem to be cooling down. I suggest you take a few minutes in the break room while there's a lull in the action. Ashley and I will handle things for now, and she can swap off when you come back. Mm-hmm. Percy ducks out of the conversation without actually moving anywhere, refocusing on his game. I could use a few minutes, yeah. Thanks, Gavin. I'll be right back. Mm-hmm. I slip away, headed for the employee lounge. Ah, job well done. Let's save. What a day. Quirky coworkers, die-hard pro gamers, volatile kids getting into volatile situations. I'd say it's a recipe for wackiness or some such cliche, but nothing's an easily dismissed cliche when it's happening to you directly. Frankly, I'm exhausted. I drop down into one of the cheap folding metal chairs in the employee break room, groaning and rolling my head back to try and work the kinks out of my sore shoulders. And spot an upside-down kid. Huh. Oh wait, I'm the one leaning backwards. I sit up and turn around instead. Better. Wait, what's a kid doing back here? Hey, I think he was hoping I wouldn't notice him. Hi. Hi. And you are? Mikey. Okay, that's a start. Hi, Mikey. My name's Papaya. So, what are you doing back here? This is an employees only area. Wait, there's a keypad. How'd you get in? The guy at the desk dropped this. He holds out a piece of paper with the door code written on it. Huh. Score 1 for Ashley's wild storytelling being more fact than fiction. Okay, but you can't stay back here. It's... well, I don't see any knives or stabbing implements left out in the open, so I guess it's technically safe, but...
Please don't send me back out there.
Well, this is curious. I lean in so we can be on the same eye level. Something wrong? You can tell me. I work here. I'm the gal who solves problems.
No problems. Just don't want to go out there.
Aw. Overstimulated. Don't you want to play with your friends? And he gives me the most cynical, bitter laugh I've ever heard out of a kindergartner.
I don't got any friends. I don't know anybody here.
Or that.
My family just moved to the city. And before that, we lived in another city. And one more for that, but I was too little to remember. Mom told me to come to the party anyway, and I didn't want to, but she took me anyway. And then she left because she's got to work.
New kid in town, huh? He nods mutely. Still, I should have busted him there and then. Brought him back out to the party where the other parents could supervise him. I should have told Gavin. I should have enforced the rules of the arcade. Okay, kid. I won't tell on you. If you want to stay back here for the rest of the party, I'll keep you company. Thanks. You really won't tell my mom? Nope. Why? I thought you want to make me go. You're an adult like Mom. Hey, I wasn't always an adult. I was a kid once. The new kid in town, in fact. You were the new kid? Yeah. Although for me, that started happening back when I was 10. Again and again, moving from town to town, school to school. Never really making any friends, not for years. Mom and Dad kept losing jobs and taking new ones. Worse ones. They'd be working all day long, too tired when they came home to do much of anything. After years and years of this, I stopped hoping things would get better. I decided I'd just take what I could get. I'd go with the flow. What does that mean? It means you don't care. Some things are good, some things are bad, but you don't care. You just do what you have to do without really being sad over it.
But that sounds so sad. You weren't sad? It's sad to never care about anything, right?
I guess I was sad. I just told myself I wasn't going to be sad, even though I really was. And then I bite my tongue hard. Because my little involuntary trip down memory lane was not helping this kid out. Wouldn't have helped little Papaya out if an adult did this for me. So instead, I decided to be the adult that little Papaya would have needed. Yeah, let's do that. It won't always be this bad. Life has ups and downs. Hey, Mikey. Look. Both of us had some sad times, but it's not always going to be like that. Now, I work here at an arcade. I help people play fun games all day. How cool is that? And I did make a friend eventually, a nice girl named Juniper. She helps me when I'm feeling bad, and I help her. I won't lie to you, you'll still feel sad sometimes. Life can be really difficult. But it won't always be difficult. If you keep your head up, you can ride through the good and the bad parts. Is there anything in your life that's always good, no matter what? Mikey thinks it over a little. I like cartoons, and I can watch those no matter where we live. See? No matter how sad you get, you'll always have your cartoons. Any city you live in will have them. See? There are good things, along with the bad. What if he doesn't have a TV? Does anybody else at school like the same cartoons you do? I don't know. Do you want to find out? There's a super easy way. Just ask them. Really? Really? You'd be surprised. Okay. Miss Papaya? Yeah? Do you like Ultra Warrior Unicorn Rainbow Champions too? I bleeping love Ultra Warrior Unicorn Rainbow Champions. Don't tell your mom I used that word. The kid grins, amused that he caught me swearing. And, well, then we're both laughing. Because I'm just an ordinary person now, not some authority figure. I make mistakes. Both of us have highs and lows. It really is! It's so heartfelt. It's great. Hey, I bet some of the kids out there love Ultra Warrior Unicorn Rainbow Champions. I mean, who doesn't? How about we go back out there and you can ask the other kids what cartoons they like? You'll never know until you ask. I don't know. I'm not saying they'll all be your friends. Some won't, but some will. The good and the bad, Mikey. You get both if you look. And it's worth looking for the good.
Thank you.
Okay, I'll go talk to them. That's the spirit. I take his hand to lead him back to lead him back out to the main room. And off he goes. I'm not fooling myself. I know I haven't fixed all Mikey's problems. I'm no child psychologist. That was entirely me flying by the seat of my pants. But for one moment there, I was able to help someone in the same crappy situation I found myself long ago. 15 years ago. Everything changed. No more family vacations, no more arcade visits. We couldn't afford them and they couldn't take time off work. The whole chemist family had to learn to settle, to accept the lot in life we've been dealt, to simply go with the flow, never hoping, never wanting. Juniper did her best to pull me out of that mire. I'd only known her a few years, one of the few stable times in my life, but she knew the edge I'd been pushed to. Now, here I am. Today has been, well, bonkers. Alternately boring and hectic, surreal and way too real. But I can honestly say I'm more alive today than I have been in a very, very long time. Beep beep! Beep beep, Papaya! My emotional voice analysis subroutines combined with your body language suggest you're very happy right now. Yeah, I guess I am. How did you know? I just told you, silly. I mean, how did you know I love this job so much?
Oh, I know.
That's easy. I didn't. What? I lied. I was 47% sure. Oh, it has elements that seem to click with your optimal social requirements. A fun atmosphere, spirited coworkers, helping people out, and so on. Also, I cross-referenced your roommate's postings talking about how much you enjoyed arcade visits when you were a kid. Still, 47%.
99.97%.
But I was 99.97% sure that if I said I was 99.97% sure, you'd be willing to give it a try. Another thing to thank Juniper for, I guess. You're a very weird little app, you know.
Hooray!
I try to be! Oh, Iris. Let me see something real quick. Check my score here. Cool. I am full of heart. And looks like Queen Bee and Ashley are my... Oh, Teo. He's like way down there. I gotta fix that. Teo, love me, please. But mainly it's Queen Bee. I'm gonna be going after Queen Bee in this this playthrough. Then Teo. Then maybe Ashley, then I'm thinking Percy, and then Naomi or Gavin. Probably Naomi and then Gavin. Not because I like them any less, it's just that, like... It's just, like, kind of like a prioritizing interest, I guess. It's funny because, like, I think in real life, I would not be hanging out with people like Queen Bee. And probably not people like Teo either. Ashley, probably yes. Maybe Percy, too. I think, like, Ashley is probably the closest to my actual, like... type of person I gravitate towards. And Naomi. Naomi's great too. They're all great. From the cars pulling up in the parking lot, it looks like the party's over. It's just about closing time for the arcade anyway. Most of the gamers have filed out by now if they hadn't already fled the tidal wave of kiddies. I also want to learn more about Juniper, because Two-Flower mentioned that there's a Juniper romance, but that it's hidden, so... That has definitely piqued my interest. My first impulse is to go bug Gavin about my paperwork, but that can wait. I'd rather go help someone with the tidying up, maybe see how our VIP gamers are doing. Not enough time to run around checking in with everyone, though. Who do I want to hang out with? Let's see. Gavin's tapping at his tablet and frowning. I guess I'll go right to him. Ashley's quietly repairing her costume. Maybe she could use company. Naomi's prying gum out of a coin slot and looks ready to cry. Queen Bee's packing up her gear, ready to go home. Teo's cooling down with some Fast Cars 5 before the day's through. Percy's finally finished his moving game and is ready to leave. Well, I've already got like top marks with Queen Bee, so maybe I'll go after Teo for now. Yeah, no worries. I mean, I've got my bubble tea here. Whoa. Oh, whoa. It's a big one. I don't know if you can see this, but no, I probably can't. But I got coffee jelly in my bubble tea. And there's like a big, like normally it's here it is. Normally this stuff is like cut up into like little bits, but I found like a big long string of it. I don't know if you can see. It keeps slipping off my straw. I don't know if you can see that, but it's like Alright, you didn't need to see that. Yeah, let's go talk to Teo. I've mostly seen Teo busting a groove on Showtime stage, but currently he's chilling with some Fast Cars 5. As I approach, he seems pretty relaxed, reclining back into the seat. No last dance to end the night? Nah, I've danced so much today that my legs feel like jelly. And jelly legs mean I gotta rest these calves and try my hand at some of the other games. Do you play Fast Cars 5 much then? Not really. In fact, I actually hate driving, but since I was over here earlier, I figured I could give it a try. And? How is it? It's okay, I guess? Okay? It's no Showtime stage, huh? I can tell your heart just isn't in Fast Cars 5 like it's in Showtime stage. Truth. But I'll gladly remove my heart from the stage so it can belong to you. Teo! I kid. He's so flirty! Yeah, exactly! Like, oh my god, it's a monster! I don't know how I'm gonna get it through my straw, but I will find a way! But Fast Cars just doesn't make my blood pump like Showtime stage does. There's so little movement in racing games. As you probably realize, dancing games differ vastly from racing games, and the communities surrounding them do too. Communities? Yeah, all of us who enjoy the same game come together to play, talk, and appreciate each other's company. Our Showtime stage group meets 5 times a week, and it's always a blast. There's dancing, funky beats, sweating, what more could you ask for? A towel? I always bring an extra or two for newcomers. God, I love his face. Look at his face. He has the best face. There are several gaming communities that frequent here. You'll meet them all eventually. I'm happy to report that the Funplex is one of the biggest Showtime stage communities in the country, but don't you worry, we aren't a rowdy bunch. Well, maybe a little rowdy, but if you ever need us to settle down, just ask. I'll be your genie. Your wish is my command. Right now, all I wish is for a nice hot bath and a long sit in my favorite comfy chair. I'm pooped. You've earned a nice relaxing evening. From what I saw, you worked your buns off. Thank you. I just hope my buns are still firmly attached. I don't know what I'd do if I lost my buns. I'm sure they'll show up behind you. But if you ever decide you need to shake those buns, you should join me up on Showtime stage. Maybe one day. I'll hold you to that, Papaya. Anyway, it's been real, but I need to consume food before I fall over. I'll catch you on the flip side. Teo jumps out of the Fast Cars 5 console and smiles to me as he wanders his way out of the Funplex. With things winding down, there's just one last thing to take care of before I'm out the door. I'm surprised he didn't ask me to go grab food with him or something. I feel like if that had been me in that situation, I might have done that. I've been like, hey, I could use some food too. You want to come with? Maybe. I also might have just been, like, too shy to do that. Just like, okay, bye! I seek out Gavin to handle the remains of the day. Papaya, good work today. Thanks, boss. Mid-boss? Sub-boss? Gavin will do. I can't say you've been a perfect employee, but my standards are impossibly high, so I'll just assume you were as close to perfect as is reasonable. Unfortunately, the cost of cleaning our carpets and games after the cupcake assault will be a chunk of change. But I suppose you did all you could there. Normally I've dealt with angry parents myself, but I was distracted. I've only secondhand accounts of your performance there, but... Allowing Queen Bee to yell at the customers is questionable at best. She's volatile. I'd rather you have handled that one on your own, all told. Yeah, my bad there. I'm not pleased that you sold our Moopy for only $1,000, not $3,000 as I'd requested. Gavin, we only paid $200 for that game. I'd be ripping off a customer. A customer with exceptionally deep pockets, and one who squats on that game all day, spending only a handful of change in the process. If anything, $3,000 is what we need to make up the lost profit from Percy being so Moopy obsessed. What's more, why it's still here is a good question. Was I not clear I wanted it gone? Percy didn't want to break up the family. They're machines, not people. He also didn't want Naomi to be sad. Yes, well, Naomi needs to learn to let go, I'd say. Ahem. Are you giving our poor little Papaya a hard time, Gavin, dear? Miss Francine, I thought you were napping.
Let's be sensible.
Naomi's dream matters too, as does the dream of Percy, that poor fellow. Poor? Isn't Percy stinking rich?
Everyone has a dream they're chasing.
Gavin, I know you mean well, wanted to keep everyone's dreams afloat, but sacrifices made in that name which shatter the dreams of others, well, that's not what the Funplex is all about. Papaya, you understand, yes? The reason why? Why am I here? That's the question she asked me during that interview. Now I think I understand. I came here today looking for hope. Hope I could do more with my life than compromise, settle for what I can get, and go with the flow. Everybody I've met today is full of hope. Gamers chasing scores, people following their passions. Nobody here is willing to give up on their dreams. Not even you, Gavin. You know we're better than this, Gavin. We don't settle. We chase after our hopes and dreams and won't accept anything less. I see.
Apologies.
Papaya, Miss Francine, I apologize. It's difficult to balance my idealism against my realism some days. But I know in my heart I need to err on the side of idealism, even if my mind screams in protest. I can assume you are still keen to work here, Papaya? I don't even hesitate before replying. Absolutely. Gavin fetches a nearby short stack of forms. Fill these out tonight, hand them in to me first thing in the morning. And welcome to the Funplex. Welcome to the family, I'd say. I'm sure you'll fit in just fine, Papaya. Yay! They like me! One bus ride later, and it's home again, jiggity jig. To market to buy a fat pig. Juniper, already home from work, bounds over eagerly to interrogate me on my day.
Hey.
So, how'd it go? It went well. Well or well? Really well. Your little app came through, despite being terrifyingly omniscient and just a little bit unnerving. You forgot to mention adorable. That's wonderful! I'm so glad to hear things worked out. And you even came home with a smile, like when you were a lifeguard. Huh. I guess I am smiling. Interesting.
By the way, there's just one teensy-weensy little question I have for you. Why exactly did you order a giant crate full of pizza bagels?
Did I neglect to mention that part of the terms and conditions? On the plus side, I know what I'm having for lunch tomorrow. Good thing I like pizza bagels. Haven't had those in forever. And that's level 01 of Arcade Spirits complete. Hey, achievement. Hey look, you also won a prize. You'll get one of these for each level you clear, plus some extras for various endings and other hidden thingies. Now, let's check your score. Looks like you and Ashley are having some good times. You're proving to be a gentle, sweet, and compassionate soul. Also, you've scored 6,500 points. Nice! Keep talking with people and your score will go up, up, up. Today's pizza fact is, Americans eat approximately 100 acres of pizza each day, or 350 slices per second. Wow! Do you want to save your game before proceeding to level 02? Yes. Yes, please. Oh boy. Excitement! It's cool. It's set up like a, like an episodic game, even though it isn't. Kinda. 350 slices per second, yeah. Whew. That's a lot of pizza. It is the future year 20 bleep bleep. And you know what? Things are pretty okay. I've worked as a floor attendant at the Funplex for 2 weeks now. Hard work to be sure, but rewarding. In a spiritual sense, at least. I've helped Naomi repair pinball games. I've had tea with Francine while she reminisced about the far-out 1960 bleeps. I've evacuated gamers when the kitchen accidentally caught on fire. I've had numerous kids puking up nachos on my clothes. I've scraped gum off any number of surfaces. I've chased what turned out to be entirely too many spiders out of a single skee-ball machine. Oh dear. Yeah, there we go. Episodes in an 80s workplace sitcom. Yeah, I can get behind that. Okay, look, I know I'm not painting this as a very rosy picture so far, but honestly, I'm happy. I'm happy even amidst the chaos and the grossness. I'm happy. And that's all that matters, right? Right, you're happy. This is the best I've seen you in ages, Papaya. Before you'd come home all drained and exhausted. Now, well, you're still tired, but a good tired. My roommate, Juniper, she'd taken to stopping by during her lunch break whenever she could get away from her office cubicle long enough to do so. I'm really curious what Juniper does. Like, there have been very vague, like, hints at it, but we don't know yet. I'm very interested to find out. It's still hard work, don't get me wrong. But overall, it's good work. I just feel good. Totally good and stuff.
Yes.
Good! Agreed. Super good. Double plus good. Iris, we talked about you listening into my conversations. What did I tell you about that? To pretend I wasn't eavesdropping even when I am? Exactly. You know, I've been more upset about my creepy privacy invading digital overmistress, but I have to admit that Iris really pulled through for me. Even if she also ordered a 3-month supply of pizza bagels on my behalf.
When you have pizza on a bagel.
But Papaya, when pizza's on a bagel, so Juniper, how long do you have left on your break? Any time to squeeze in some pinball or something? I can spot you tokens. No can do. Our new assistant synergy manager arranged a team building exercise. I have to like move colored bits of paper around or something and then exchange high fives. Assistant synergy manager? That sounds like a very vague job. Nah, it's actually entry level. Good pay and right on track to middle management. Pretty cushy if a bit dull. The funny thing is that they asked me if I knew anybody who fit before they started advertising for candidates, and I said nope. Who'd want to do that? When was this exactly? Oh, 2 weeks ago. So 2 weeks ago, right when I needed to find work, you told them you didn't know any good candidates for a well-paying entry-level job. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what I was expecting, other than just, like, obvious, you know, like, generic office work, but, I don't know. I guess I was thinking, hey, I wonder if they'll, like, reveal where she works and what she does at some point.
Oh, well, but you wouldn't have liked being an assistant synergy manager, right? Not one bit.
Juniper? Please tell me you told them no because I'd already taken this job by that point. Not because you forgot.
Hey, I didn't forget. I just, you know, didn't bother telling you about the open position that night. I mean, you'd already had so many jobs you hated. I knew you'd hate being an assistant synergy manager, so I didn't feel the need to tell you. And it all worked out, right? You just spent the last 5 minutes telling me how happy you are here.
Not a lie. I was happy here indeed. Also not a lie, having packed pizza bagels for lunch, after having pizza bagels for breakfast, because we barely had enough money to cover the rent this week, pooled together. Also not a lie, Gavin constantly hiding the numbers from us, insisting things were fine, all while dryly joking about perpetually being on the edge of crash and burn. Also not a lie, that every time someone in my family tries to chase after happiness instead of stability, we fell deeper and deeper into debt and misery.
Ooh.
Papaya? Say something. You're scaring me. When I lost my lifeguard job, I barely reacted. Didn't care that I was impoverished again and facing an uncertain future. I guess one of the nasty side effects of no longer going with the flow is no longer being numb to the reality of your situation. But I shouldn't feel upset. I've been genuinely enjoying my new job. It's restored my sense of hope that my days can be something to live through, not just endure. I have no right to be angry or upset at losing an opportunity at a safer, more stable future. Right? It's okay, I'm where I want to be. So I won't be angry or upset. Simple as that. I decided I was done compromising, right? Done with settling, with going with the flow. I'm going to be the one to break the family curse. I chose this path of my own free will, even if I didn't have all the facts at the time. But if I'm going to be honest, boundless confidence doesn't cover the simple fact that I chose to be vulnerable rather than safe. If the arcade closes, if anything else goes wrong, still, no need to dump all that on Juniper. It's okay, Juniper. You were right. I'd have hated that job. And things are great here.
Oh, good. You were kind of freaking me out. Trust me, it's the right decision. You'd learn to loathe working at my office, like I do.
She's so upbeat about it.
I mean, sure, the pay is good, And you get solid health insurance and paid vacation time, and they have a sweet coffee shop right in the lobby. And these really great chairs that support your lower back, like $1,000 chairs from Sweden crafted by master chairsmiths.
Juniper, I said it's fine. Everything is fine. Honestly, I'm okay. I mean, I won't deny that job would have been a safer bet. I want to contribute my fair share to the apartment rent, you know? But what's done is done. I'd rather look forward than back.
Right. Forget I said anything. Please forget I said anything.
Sorry for my slurping.
I'm sorry. I should have told you. I shouldn't have held that back.
Everything is fine. This is fine.
But I still wouldn't have pushed you to take the job. It's totally horrible at my office. You'd have been miserable there, like me.
Juniper, it's cool. You're right. I'd have hated it. Okay. Okay, good. I've got a good feeling about all this. I think you're right where you need to be. Even if I was, kind of dumb about getting you here. Hey, I gotta get back to the office. Have a good lunch, okay? I can feel the distant rumble of a frozen box of pizza bagels taunting me from the recently repaired employee break room. Yeah, okay. And you have a good rest of the hours of your day, yeah? You bet! I'm okay with this. Everything is fine. Right? Right. What I need right now is a distraction, and frozen pizza bagels are most certainly not it. My pocket money is really slim, but I think I need to step out for some fresh air and treat myself to a better lunch than that. And hey, maybe some company too. Nice and distracting, talking to someone about anything other than this. Let's see, who's available? Percy's taking a break for score chasing. Queen Bee's between matches right now. Teo's shaking out on Showtime stage. Ashley's not on mascot duty today. Let's go for Queen Bee. It's awfully quiet near the Festive Discomfort cabinet. I'm feeling rather alarmed here. This is normally peak time for Queen Bee to be streaming matches. What's she up to now? As I get closer, I see her behind the game, fiddling with one of her webcams, clearly soaked in frustration. Everything okay, Queen Bee? No, everything is not bleeping okay! She grumbles to herself and continues to meddle with the wires. Can I help with anything? I don't know, can you figure out why a newly updated device driver suddenly stops talking to the webcam it supposedly just improved? But it was flaking out on me before I bit the bullet and upgraded, so maybe it's hardware? A dead wire? This is such a cord hell right now. Oh, sorry, I'm Silicon literate, sure, but not exactly a techno mage. Listen, kid. Unfortunately, I don't have the time or the effort to deal with this bleep right now. My main webcam isn't working, and I don't think it'll be working for the rest of the day. I can ask Naomi to take a peek at it later. She's the one who helped you rig this up in the first place, right? Ugh, can't wait that long. I've got matches to stream. I need it working now. Well, how would you take your mind off it for a while, then? I'm about to go on my lunch break. Care to join me? Queen Bee's whole demeanor relaxes a bit when I mention mealtime. She sighs heavily. Fine. You're probably right, kid. Maybe not staring at wires for a bit will help clear my head. Maybe even help me sort the mess out myself afterwards. I want to go to Whole Story. Get me some sugar. Want to go to Whole Story with me? The bookstore? Do they have food there? Do they have food? You are too funny, kid. Of course they have bleeping food. Best coffee and donuts in the world. And I'm bleeping famished. Let's go already. Before I can even lament about eating my pizza bagels I brought, Queen Bee is dragging me out of the arcade. I sigh reluctantly and give in. It's probably for the best anyway. After what I dealt with this morning, I deserve to give myself a little treat. And I probably won't even admit to myself that I'm totally getting sick of those pizza bagels. Despite coming to this little strip mall for 2 weeks, I hadn't actually visited our neighbors. Mostly I did whatever needed doing. Took orders from Gavin, lent a hand to Ashley and Naomi, things like that. Whatever the job happened to call for. No more, no less. I couldn't say I've been a part of any community outside the immediate circle of my coworkers, whereas the others visited Whole Story frequently. Queen Bee leads the way to a shop that smells strangely of dusty old books and sugary sweetness. I used to have like a little vague ambition of someday owning like a little bookstore / coffee shop. Although now I want to own a bakery. Maybe throw some books in on the side. I don't think I've ever been in a little independent bookstore. Or a bookstore at all, for that matter. It's 20 bleep bleep. Who buys books in brick-and-mortar stores anymore? But despite the subdued atmosphere compared to the arcade, there are customers present and accounted for. Sipping coffee, reading old tomes, and yes, munching donuts. Inconsistent donut spelling there. Queen Bee secures a tiny table for us before directing me to the bar. Hang on, what the heck is up with this menu? It's organized by the Dewey Decimal System? That's awesome! I'll take a Frank Herbert. I'm paying. Just got my stipend from L7 Gaming yesterday and feel like celebrating. I mumble out a thanks, trying not to make a big deal of it. Cash is tight and boutique cafe pastries wouldn't help my situation much. A pair of middle-aged guys wait to take my order. Look at them, they're adorable! Hey, I'd like, You know what? Surprise me. What's your favorite donut? Hey, what's good? What's your favorite order from the menu?
One Terry Pratchett coming up. A jam pastry with Clatchy and coffee.
Nice. The second fellow puts together my order and also drops a small paperback book onto the tray featuring a many-legged wooden travel trunk on the cover. Terry Pratchett! Huh. A literally literary lunch.
With alliteration, apparently.
Say, you work at the Funplex, don't you?
Right. We've seen you walk past our doors every morning and evening.
Like clockwork, tick-tock.
Right. Sorry. I should have introduced myself. Floor attendant papaya chemist at your service. I'm your inside gal for tokens and tickets.
Oh, we are lousy at video games.
Totally lousy.
But Francine's just a peach, isn't she?
Sweetest dame you'll ever meet.
Oh, I got it. I got the big long one.
Regardless, welcome to The Whole Story. I'm Ben.
I'm Matt.
No relation to the actors.
Although they're cuties, and so are we.
Oh, stop.
Stop being cute? Never.
Apparently this sugar is available in forms other than round and holy.
Anyway, don't let us stop you from having fun on your little date.
Wouldn't dream of it.
It's not a date.
Just friends, then? Friendly friends on a play date?
Maybe the real date was the friends we made along the way.
Oh my god, I love these two.
I'd say the real friends were the friends we made along the way.
What if the way was also the real friends who were the real friends we made along the way?
Okay, now you're just being silly.
And how?
Anyway. Next order, please.
Oh my god. Yes, me too. The pair waves the next customer in as I return to Queen Bee's table with our orders on a nicely decorated wooden tray. Queen Bee is stuffing donuts down her gullet. I think she might be angry eating, but I'm not sure. Actually, I think this is the first time I've actually seen her eat anything. Normally, she's way too focused on matches to take a snack break. So, Queen Bee... She holds up a finger to silence me. Finishes chewing and swallows. Ah, I feel so much better now. Hangry much? You know it. Sometimes I get so focused about everything I forget to eat. I guess that's how she keeps her figure? It's not really how that works. Eating is important. You should do it more regularly. 9 out of 10 living people say they prefer it to starving to death. Yeah. Hey, what are you eating? Can I have some? She pokes at my choice in arguable nutrition. Hey, wait a sec. You can poke my donut any day, baby. Poke her food back. Queen Bee still has a pastry left on her plate, too. All's fair in love and poking food wars. I lean over the table and begin prodding her meal. Hey, don't touch my biscuit! Now it's got all your germs on it. Ew. Can't take the heat? Don't start the fire. Ha! Point taken. Queen Bee rolls her eyes and sticks out her tongue jokingly. Whatever. You win this round, kid. But next time, that donut will be mine. Besides, you sound like you need that more than me. Sugary treats are a good de-stressor. You haven't been acting like your normal company drone self around the arcade floor today. Guessing the stress is mounting. What, you're not stressed at all, huh? Well... yeah, okay, I'll admit it. Things have been stressful with streaming lately. Oh? How so? Because with esports streaming, everything has to be perfect all the goddamn time. It's not like you, where if you miss a stray gum wrapper or the plexiglass isn't polished to a shine, Gavin will let it slide. Clearly, you haven't worked for Gavin. Okay, Francine will let it slide. Look, I'm not a metaphor person.
My point is, when you're a public figure, an esports competitor, a streamer, an internet sensation, you gotta hustle. 100% hustle. 110% hustle. You only see folks like me and Teo from backstage. You aren't watching from the audience. Different situation entirely there. There's no room for error. If one thing is wrong, I'll get punished for it, one way or another. If not by the chat, which constantly seeks my blood and salty tears, then by my own team. They're always evaluating my performance. Things go badly enough, my viewer count goes down, and I could lose my sponsorship. Then everything.
Damn. Damn indeed. You see what I mean? But you told me your ratings were at an all-time high. Wait, that doesn't sound right. Just last week I remember Queen Bee mentioning that her stream sub count was through the roof. I thought you were still a red hot popular streamer. Why all the worry? You're doing great. You should be proud of what you've accomplished. It's true, I am awesome. But that doesn't take away the fact that it's stressful to keep that up all the time. You can't slack and stay awesome at the same time. She sighs. That all makes sense, but you have to take time for yourself and relax. Easier said than done. I know streamers who take a week off, go on vacation or something, and their subs drop off the face of the earth. But I also know burnout's a serious thing. I do need to take breaks. And if I'm gonna relax, you should follow that same advice, kid. Huh? I saw your little interaction with your roomie this morning. Don't worry, I wasn't eavesdropping. I merely noted that you didn't look right after that. So, you remember to take time and relax. Reflect. Get your bleep together. While I'm on the topic of you, I'm thinking you should also find a hobby. What? Why? I see you working that floor every day. You just go through the motions and you look so bored all the time. I think if you had something else going on, you'd be much happier. Thanks?
Nope, no way.
Hey, I'm not trying to be harsh. Trust me, I used to be like you long ago, but I found my bleeding passion, and now look at me. Rising star of L7. I know you got something worth fighting for inside you, too. Use it. Well, this has gotten a little awkward and a little too right on point for me to feel comfortable.
Beep, beep.
Lunchtime is over. And Iris with the best distraction. Time to go back to the arcade. I'll see you back there, Queen Bee. She waves me off. I still have this last donut to finish. I'll be back at the Funplex before you know it. She stuffs her face once more, and I gather my stuff and head back to the Funplex. Donuts for lunch? I don't know, man. Donuts are delicious, though. Time for the afternoon shift. That's usually when things heat up after the quiet mornings. More kids coming in after school, more pro gamers rolling in with crews. Excuse me. I'm headed back to my desk, ready to take care of what needs taken care of, when I'm intercepted en route. Papaya, Ashley, you're both back. Good. I was hoping to catch you before we left. Ooh, what's up? Hamza's up.
Okay.
He is? Huh. Okay. Ashley, I'll bring the bleh. Forgot how to talk. And more sweaty tryhards, yes. Oh my god, look at Ashley's shirt. I just noticed this. Ah! She's got a Jupiter pin. Nice. Ashley, I'll bring the van around shortly. Papaya, you'll be flying solo today. Hang on, what's happening exactly? Who's Hamza? Hamza's a game finder and auctioneer, and gives next to no notice of when a new block of games will be going under the gavel, so we need to move. Ashley, Naomi, Francine, and I will be going to this auction for the rest of the afternoon while you run the Funplex. My first instinct is to nod and go along with it. Gavin's the law around these parts. But Queen Bee's words are still dangling away in my mind. Doing what needs doing is great and all, but maybe I needed to step up a bit more. Plus, the idea of being trapped in here during our heaviest hours with no support was hardly appealing. Let's see. Let's go with this one. You're trusting the Funplex with the newbie? I might burn it down. Me? Seriously? Did we learn nothing from the great kitchen fire incident of 20 bleep bleep? Papaya exudes an aura of perpetual bad luck? That cruddy old microwave exploding had nothing to do with your pizza rolls. Pizza bagels! Whatever. Hey, hang on. I get a say in this too, right? As a fellow floor attendant? I feel like such a third wheel of those auctions anyway. Let Papaya be the third wheel and let me handle the floor. I'll be the finest third wheel you've ever met, trust me. I want to do more than I've been doing. Different things, new things, show some initiative, like... I suppose it wouldn't change much to bring Papaya instead, but no costume time today, Ashley. I need non-plush fingers on duty in case of ticket jams. Pinky can stay in storage for the afternoon. I'm just happy to be helping folks out one way or another. I need to go get the van. Wait out front, please. We'll probably be closed by the time you get back, so I'll see you in the morning. Floor attendant Ashley, away! Leaving me waiting outside with my two traveling companions. Not much time to chat, however, as Gavin pulls his van and the rental trailer around. Oh my, how exciting! I rarely go on adventures these days. It's just a quick trip, ma'am. Any trip is an adventure if you make it one, shall we? The four of us pile in and it's off to the highway. Gavin, consulting a driving map on his phone, leads us out of the city via a series of weird turns and back roads. Aw, look at Francine there in the back, napping away. Trust me, this will save time in the long run. Where's Hamza set up this time? On site at some abandoned estate Forgot how to talk again. On site at some abandoned estate just outside town. It's about to be torn down, but they found a trove of arcade games in the basement.
Woohoo!
So exciting! I love arcade raids. Arcade auctions. Raids? Raids. Auctions. You guys got an arcade to English dictionary I could borrow? Francine, without looking up from her knitting, answers. A raid is when a bunch of collectors get together and rescue games before they can be junked by their original owner. An auction is when someone sells off their arcade games one at a time to a crowd of active bidders. Yes, there is. There is character customization where you can pick skin tone, hair and eye color, hairstyle, and clothes color. So, I attempted to make myself look a bit like myself, although I gave myself purple hair because I used to have purple hair and I liked it when it was purple. So, which is this, a raid or an auction? It's both, dearie. Hamza, that sweet boy, buys up private collections before they can be thrown away. He rescues them from that terrible fate, and then auctions off his finds. Sort of. Okay, now I'm fuzzy on the sort of part. I'm the newbie here, remember? Well, okay, so Hamza obviously auctions off games for cash money, but he's a very whimsical kind of guy. Once I saw him trade off a vintage burger time in exchange for someone's super secret chili recipe, passed down through generations of family. That's a good trade, actually. In other words, he's just on the edge of being a loon. This would be a lot simpler if it was just a raid. We pay up front, we declare what games we want, and cart them away. Instead, he ambushes us with these impromptu auctions and makes us come down there to entertain his whims.
Wonderful.
I think it's sweet. He wants to make sure the games go to good homes, to people who really want them, even if they can't pay. Oh, this is gonna be good. I like where this is going. And really, we should be honored we got an invitation. He's trying to cut out the big franchise arcades like Deco's Palace and help the little guys like us. It's inefficient and relies entirely on keeping on Hamza's good side. Huh. Yeah, helping out the little guy sounds good here. I'm guessing Holmes is the sort of person who would let a kid have the game of his dreams for free. He doesn't care about money, he cares about people. Am I right? Correctamundo! Holmes is a great guy. Is he hard to predict? Sure, but he's got a big heart, and that means something in this business. Not enough big hearts left some days. Yes, because that's how you pay the bills and keep the doors open, by having a big heart. I won't deny we can sometimes squeak out a trade that's practically a steal thanks to his personal modus operandi, but let's not push too far here. We need to temper our expectations a little, I suspect.
I think not.
We don't have room to add many more games, especially relics like Hamza usually deals in. What about the off-site storage unit? We can just rotate games in and out more often. Nearly full to bursting, and not cheap for us to rent on a monthly basis. I'm not saying we have to go home empty-handed. Certainly a few holes in our roster we can fill should we find an excellent deal and beat the other bidders. But consider this, above anything else, a way to maintain relations with Hamza, even if we don't end up bidding.
Now, Naomi. Gavin knows the numbers. I'm in favor of making our little funplex more and more fun, but floor space is finite.
Sad but true.
And Gavin, remember, if we find some darling little game Naomi would lavish adoration upon, we can always retire an older game. Life, my young friends, is a series of trade-offs.
Well, isn't it better to, not just settle and compromise all the time?
Well, now, there are trade-offs, and there are trade-offs. It's silly to say that you should never compromise, as silly as it is to say you should always compromise. It's what you compromise that defines who you are. You're all so young yet. You've time to make mistakes in learning what trade you need to make.
Unless you don't make rent in your apartment, or your stomach's growling. Iris and Juniper have pushed me to stop settling for less out of life, to stand up for myself and my happiness. And I've done just that, without regret. So, everything should be fine now, right? Right? New default topic diversion, the weather! Well, at least it's a nice day for an outing, right? Oh god. Oh, come on! Wonderful. Glad I packed plastic bags to wrap cabinets in, just in case. Sour Gavin, always thinking ahead. Trying to protect your investments, huh? From Hans' invitation, it seems this arcade was largely abandoned and left to rot. I'd rather not add water damage to the ailments the games are already suffering. It's so sad when you come across a wonderful game that's just ruined beyond repair. Most collectors show their collections a lot of love, but others just don't care. We find old games in barns, exposed to the elements, and falling apart. I suppose this is one thing we can easily agree on. It's important to take care of your games. For their resale value, you mean? A broken game's no fun to play with, and it's a shame to see a classic in terrible condition. Consider pinball. Pinball games are very prone to breakdowns, particularly older ones. To experience them in their glory, you need to show them care. Even beyond a busted gamer in no quarters, it feels like a waste to allow an enjoyable game to lie fallow. A waste of true potential. Huh. Good point. Glad to see these two getting along better, even if Naomi kept preemptively attacking him along the way there. And Naomi, simmer down! With the rain pounding down on the van roof, conversation gets a bit difficult. Gradually, everybody resumes fiddling about with their phones, knitting, or driving. Leaving me to wonder, exactly where is this auction and or raid happening anyway? We've been driving for some time, leaving the city far behind. What would a massive trove of arcade games be doing this far out into the sticks? Maybe some closed-down roller rink or an old bowling alley, or maybe it's a creepy old house that's likely haunted by exactly 87,194 ghosts. Ah, the classic chemist lust and wow. The classic chemist luck in play. So majestically awful. Gavin pulls up alongside any number of other vans and trucks. We're here a little late, it seems. Good grief, is this really the auction site? Creepy. Definitely creepy. At least an 8 on the creepometer. An old home has character, I feel. Let's not judge it by the exterior, shall we? Oh, Francine. Always the optimist. With all speed, the group hurries inside to get away from the weather. I think this would probably be a good place to stop for the night. And we'll attack this auction next week. Yeah. As much as I would love to keep playing, let's call it here for now. So as I mentioned earlier in the stream, before anybody was here, except for Two Flower, Arcade Spirits for 1 year anniversary is tomorrow, and there's going to be some cool stuff going on that I'm sure Two Flower can tell you all about if he's so inclined. And also on Friday for Valentine's Day, one of the other devs of this game, Peachy Enna, or I think Sharky Enna as she's known on Twitch, is going to be playing this game on the front page of Twitch for Valentine's Day. So check that out if you are so inclined. And if you want to hear the devs talk about their game, because it's going to be cool. So yeah. Oh, also, I should probably mention, so Steam is having a soundtrack sale right now. And if you like this game's soundtrack, I believe it's probably on that list somewhere. Let me see. I think it is. I don't know. Maybe it isn't. I didn't look too hard. Oh yeah, it totally is. Haha. So yes, that is a cool thing to check out if you are so inclined. So yeah, thank you everybody for watching. We'll pick this up again next week. I'm looking forward to it because I'm digging this game so far. And let's find someone to raid as usual. Raid. Let's see. What's this? Ooh. Ooh, is Taco Salad streaming Gabriel Knight again? I believe he is. Yes. I have to send people over to Gabriel Knight because Gabriel Knight rocks. So yes. Taco Salad, more Gabriel Knight. So yes, thank you again. And I'll see you tomorrow for Reciteer. I think I might end up, because I have a thing I'm doing tomorrow evening. I think I'll be home in time for stream, but I'm not sure. We'll see. So maybe like we'll call it a 50-50 chance of me streaming tomorrow. Probably not as even as that, but I don't know. So I will if I can, and I won't if I can't. Whatever. But yeah, aside from that, next week, Monday, more Kyrandia. I believe we're getting close to the end of Kyrandia 1, so I should probably set up Kyrandia 2 to start streaming after that. And then more of this game next Tuesday. And yeah. Business as usual, more or less. So, yeah. Again, thank you for watching, everybody, and enjoy the rest of your night. Yay! Later.